Yo guys, what's going on? Blossoms back. Welcome back to another episode of Sound Drives. We are back, and of course, we're coming back with the best cars for almost every track set in the game, where we cover over 100 track sets, and I tell you the top 3 cars within a rarity for that certain track set. Today, we're going to Uncharted Waters. I have done videos like these on the rares and the super rares and the ultra rares, but we have never done the uncommon. So for the first time ever, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the best or top 3 cars for each track set uncommon edition. Now, I spent half an hour last night trying to choose who was the perfect thumbnail car for this video. If you remember from the series, I take my thumbnail cars very seriously, and I like to go for my favorites, cars that mean something to me. In the past, I've used the 930 Porsche 911, I've also used a Pontiac Trans Am and a Corvette C4, and also a Mercedes G-Wagon, okay? And the Mitsubishi Starion GSR represented here represents me. But what if I told you that this wasn't the first choice? Now, the thing about the Mitsubishi Starion is that it's not actually a winner. It's not the best car in any track set that you will see today, but it does show up in the video because I think it's top 3 like twice. Usually I like to choose a car that at least is first in something, but this one isn't. There was another car that I actually wanted for the thumbnail, and you want to know what it was? 3, 2, 1, boom. Yeah, look. It just doesn't work. This is the Hyundai Ioniq 9 long range or whatever the hell it is, and although it is a very good uncommon, and it's going to, you're going to be very impressed by this car. I was very impressed by this car. It wins a lot of uncommon track sets, but I looked at the lineup of all the cars that I've chosen for the thumbnail, and I was like, I can't put this in. It has no soul. I don't like it. So yeah, we got the Starion, and I think a lot of us will agree that that's a way better car to choose. Anyway guys, before we get into today's video, I've not done this before in the series, but I think that it's more prevalent for the uncommons. I gotta give you a quick little disclaimer. So as some tracks are not easily accessible in the main game, there will be underrepresented results that may not be entirely accurate, okay? So please note that I'm working with the most current information from TDR as of today, but things might change. So 2 examples is like hillclimb snow, for example. There's like 1 car. It's just a Holden Suburban. It's just 1 car because it's not in the campaign, so people can't test, you know, regularly. It only shows up if there's an event for it or something in clubs. So and even in clubs is a little bit underrepresented with terms of the new tracks. You don't see the new track sets in clubs. It's a bit outdated already. I mean, it's everyone knows that clubs is outdated. So you know, things like this, not enough. And then you've got things like, I think this is Rallycross medium wet, which you can only find in SN JPT 2000s, whatever that is, road to something. And you can't necessarily use any car to test out that track set. So they're going to be somewhere you're going to be like, wait, are you sure this is the top 3? Well, it is technically on Tom Drive's records. It may not be entirely accurate, but I'm just working with the information provided for me, okay? So as always, guys, let's get into today's video. I really hope you enjoy these. These videos always take a long time to make, so if you find this helpful and informative, please feel free to subscribe or even like the comment down in the comments below. So let's get into it. As always, we start off with City Streets Medium, and as always with the series, my Instagram and Patreon links are down in the description below if you want to check those out as well. As you can see, there are 101 slides that we're going to go through. So City Streets Medium is the first one. No new cars here. We've got the Alpha 155 being the best car at 323. You got the 233 version as well as the Peugeot 306 S16 coming in 3rd place. Now this was a little bit of a throwback because I actually started working on these slides before I went off to Japan, but I didn't have time to finish it because these take a long time. So I completed it last night when I came out from Japan. So technically this took like 2 weeks to make. City Street Smalls up next is the Honda CRX at 323, followed by the Dodge Dakota RT and the Honda CRX again at 332. So if you want to use any City Streets cars for the uncommon levels, go for the Alpha as well as the Honda CRX. Now moving on to Twisty Circuit, we've got the Mazda Roadster, and you're gonna be seeing this car a lot. It's ridiculously dominant, and I wouldn't be surprised if it went up to a rare RQ30 one day, or maybe even a 31, or be overcorrected to a 32 even. Is it too good to be an uncommon? This is a question that I need to ask the audience. The Mazda Roadster NRA, do we just ride out the wave and hope for better RQ29s to fill in the market, or is this car truly too dominant and it should go up? Honestly, this car reminds me a little bit of the Peugeot Maxi. I think it should go up. but it hasn't changed yet. Twisty rolling is the same results. 323 Roadster NR is the best car to use. G-Force, again, Roadster is the best to use, but there is a new car, the Suzuki Cappuccino, making its way into G-Force, into the top 3 in 3rd place. Quite impressive, I guess, that it's 3rd, considering that there's like a 6 RQ difference between these two cars. I mean, 6 handling, not RQ, but 6 handling difference between these two cars. G-Force Rolling, still the Mazda at 233 this time, and then followed by the 323 version, then with the Peugeot Asphalt. G-Force Wet. Okay, so the Mazda RX-7, by the way, this thing was only super meta for a short while. I think it was only super meta for the first car correction change all the way up till the new update, which is Asia Pacific Revival, right? So unfortunately the RX-7 isn't the best for anything anymore. Now you'd be looking towards the Hyundai Long Range and this Honda CRX Del Sol C. So yeah, 323, best one for the G-Force Wet, followed by the RX-7 and the Suzuki Kera. Monaco, a hairpin dry. Geostorm takes the cake, followed by the Mitsubishi Starion Turbo. There you go. All right, 2nd place. We love that. And then the Lotus Europa 47 Twin Cam comes in 3rd place as well. I don't think the Lotus Europa 47 wins anything anymore, mainly because the NRA is better and the Geostorm is better on the hairpin-ish, or not the hairpin, but the hybrid track sets. Tokyo Bridge is up next. We got the Starion again, this time 332. The Aston Martin V8 Volante, but the best car to use is the Ford Mustang Mach 1. Tokyo Off-Ramp. Oh, I didn't even know this. Oh, that's amazing. That makes a thumbnail way more relevant, because the GSR is actually the best in something. We love that. Tokyo Off-Ramp, thank you very much. 323, best option to use, followed by the Mitsubishi Starion Turbo and the Holden Monaro CV6. Moving on, Tokyo Overpass, we got the Citroen C Airdream, followed by the Lancia Straight as Zero, and the Citroen C Airdream again. Now, one thing to take note is that for Tokyo Overpass, you want to use a drag spec C Airdream over the regular 323, which I think most people have. The Citroen C Airdream has an MR of 82, and you're going to be seeing this car a lot for more of the faster hybrid tracks, so think like the North Loops. Monaco Streets NRA, again, Cappuccino. It's a new car, but I don't think it's going to be the best in anything. It's always going to be in the NRA's shadow. Monaco Streets Long by the Geostorm, followed by the Cappuccino, and then the Lotus Europa 47 Twin Cam coming in 3rd place. It really seems like that Cappuccino might be a better option over the Europa now, although there's a very big 0 to 60 difference. Monaco Streets up next. Okay, Twin Cam still wins something. 332 for crying out loud. 5.782 is the best one to use, followed by the 323 version of the Europa, and then the Geostorm coming in next. Monaco Streets Wet, we got the Fiat Dino Spider. 323, followed by the drag spec version and the Renault Wind. And moving on to Monaco Hairpin. Now, we're going to be seeing a lot of these. The Hyundai Kona Electric 48K. As well as the Suzuki S-Cross, and then the Honda CRX. We got new cars on new cars on new cars on the Monaco Hairpin. Congratulations to the brand new update, changing up the game for the uncommon standard meta. We will see that a lot. Tokyo Off-Ramp. Now, again, this seems like it's outdated information, and I think it is. The Pontiac Sunfire, the Peugeot 206, and the Hyundai Nexo. I don't think that these are the genuine top 3 cars for Tokyo Off-Ramp, but these are the top 3 cars that are on Top Drive's records, that is documented, right? So I really think that if anyone has a Tokyo Off-Ramp, if you own a fully upgraded Kona, or even the Ioniq 9 long range or whatever it's called, I think that those are going to be better cars, but we can't say for certain. So I'm going with the on paper information. Not going to assume anything. Butte is up next. Renault Win NRA and the Dodge Neon. Yeah, the NRA is just kind of in there, right? Performance tires on a Butte. Yeah, 2nd place. I believe it. I will believe it. I didn't test it, but according to Tom Drive's records, the Roadster NR was 2nd best, and I do believe it because that thing is dominant as hell. Canyon Butte is up next. This is the wet one. Subaru Brat comes in first, followed by the Peugeot E2008 and the Ford Kuga. Canyon Butte Sand version comes next. It's the Fiat Off-Roader, followed by the Peugeot P4, which recently got a handling cut, I think, and the Land Rover Discovery 2. Deals Gap is up next with the Holden Monaro taking the cake, followed by the Citroen and the Mazda. Deals Gap Wet goes to the Ford Focus, then the Ford Mondeo Estate, and then the Hyundai Kona 1.6. Again, a little bit outdated when it comes to information. I'm pretty sure that if someone put it in the times for the 29 RQ Hyundais, they're going to be the best cars to use. It's safe to assume that the Hyundais, the long range and the Kona 48 are going to be better, but I can't say for certain. Okay, moving on to Forest Road NRA. Forest Road Wet, here we go. Ionic Line long range rear wheel drive. This is the first time of many times we're going to be seeing this car, followed by the Suzuki S-Cross and of course the Kona Electric 48. Moving on to Car Park, okay, yep, NRA again. Slalom, oh, look at that, NRA again. A Twisty Road, oh, look, yep, okay, yeah, NRA again. Twisty Road Dirt, we've got the Nissan Patrols, 29 followed by the 29, followed by the Land Rover Discovery. And when it comes to the all-surface meta for the uncommons, these are the three cars that you basically want to remember. You don't even need to remember the three, honestly, just remember the white Nissan Patrol. This thing has been dominant for a very long time. If you've been playing the game for a long time, you would know that Nissan Patrol has been very, very useful, simply because it handles the best. 76. Twisted Road Gravel, same outcome. Hairpin Road Gravel, same winner. But the second and third have shifted a little bit. Slalom Gravel goes to the Suzuki Kera, followed by the Nissan Patrol, and then the Patrol again. Surprisingly, on the Slalom Gravel, the burgundy one beats the white one. G-Force Gravel, we go back to the Nissan Patrol. I mean, they're all Patrols, but yeah, the 323 white one is the one that you want to keep around. Hairpin Road Wet, we've got the Renault Win, followed by the Hyundai Kona Electric, and then the Renault Win again at 233. Slalom Wet, you got the Suzuki Kera, and then you got the Suzuki Spacia Gear Hybrid XZ 4-wheel drive. What is that name? And then Twisty Circuit Wet, here we go again. Hyundai Ioniq 9 long range is the best, followed by the Honda and then the Kona Electric. Twisty Circuit Rolling, same for the top two. Third place is the Suzuki S-Cross, Lumbermill Twisty, NRA, Lumbermill Forest Rally, Patrol, Lumbermill River Rally, Patrol, Motocross Dry, Patrol, Motocross Dirt Wet. That changes up a little bit. Peugeot P4, followed by a couple of those Fiat Ultras, if I'm saying that correctly. Hairpin Road Snow. I think for most snow track sets, the Peugeot P4 is probably the safest bet, followed by the Nissan Patrol and Land Rover Discovery 2, North Loop Relay 1. So now we're talking about the North Loops. Again, like I said, remember the Citroen C Air Dream. That's going to be a very useful car. So North Loop Relay 1, you want to use a 323 C Air Dream for the best option. North Loop Relay 2, it's the same thing. A 323 C Air Dream will get you through. North Loop Relay 3, a 332 C Air Dream will get you through. So honestly, you know, if you're an intermediate player, you got the slots, I would definitely recommend having two Citroen C Air Dreams, one 323 and one drag spec. Especially if you play a lot of clubs, this car might come in very handy for you. North Loop Relay 4 at 323 is the best again, and North Loop Relay 5, because this is more based around your top speed, I guess. The Maserati Indy takes the cake, followed by the Jaguar C-Type and the Volkswagen Corrado. Now moving on to the regular North Loop, the 323C Air Dream takes the cake once again, followed by the drag spec version and the Jaguar C-Type. Now moving on to Fast Circuit, I honestly thought the Citroen C Air Dream would be the best for this, but it's not. It's a Holden Monaro CV6, and that's mainly because maybe it has better handling and a slightly lower 0 to 60. I believe that the Monaro has 72 MRA compared to the Citroen's 82, but I guess on a fast circuit, the Monaro is going to win because of the better handling and the lower 0 to 60. I guess it just relies less on MRA, a little bit, I guess. I think fast circuit rolling the Citroen C Air Dream will be the best. I think that's next. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. And in the middle, we got the Mustang Mach 1. But yeah, moving on to fast circuit rolling, we got the C Air Dream followed by the Monaro. So those are the two cars that you want to use for kind of like the hybrid North Loop stuff. Ocean City Streets, Fiat Tempra. Now, I believe this is the only time that Fiat Tempra ends up being the best, and it's only on Ocean City Streets. So honestly, if you have a Fiat Tempra, the way to go, 332. That's my honest opinion, because it's only going to be the best in Ocean City Streets for you. Ocean City Streets Wet, we've got the Ford Escort at 332, followed by the Fiat 500 in third place. City Streets Medium Wet, we've got the Hyundai Ioniq 9. City Streets Medium Small, again, is the Hyundai Ioniq 9, so that's big. If there's ever, you know, City Streets Wet in clubs, it's uncommon. Hyundai Ioniq 9, and you are sorted. That thing is good. Ocean Beach Slalom Wet is the Ioniq 9 once again, and Ocean Beach Slalom Dry is the same car, Hyundai Ioniq 9. So very useful, very versatile. You can use it on Ocean Beach, you can use it on city streets, and you can use it on some other hybrid wet tracks as well. Rallycross Medium Dry, I mean, I don't want to believe it, but also at the same time, I do believe it, I guess. The Roadster NRA. Rallycross Small Dry, the Roadster NRA. Rallycross Medium Wet, again, this is underrepresented underrepresented. Not a lot of cars here, so Ford Focus takes the cake. But I do believe that Hyundai Ioniq would probably be the best car. It's safe to assume. Rallycross small, the Hyundai Ioniq is the best one. This can actually be tested in the campaign. So thanks to British Porsche. That's one thing I do want to do. I want to shout out to British Porsche. He helped me a lot with getting the times for the Hyundai Ioniq 9 and the Kona. I don't own both of these cars yet, and I feel like if you do own them, you are very lucky. That Ioniq 9 in particular seems to be a very, very useful car to anyone's uncommon arsenal. So shout out to British Porsche for helping me get some of the times for this, because Top Drive's records didn't have all of them. Hill climb dirt. Okay, so when it comes to the hill climb, really an easy way to remember things is just go for a drag spec Peugeot 2008 or a Chevy Tahoe. That's all you really need. So we'll go through the hill climbs really quickly. Peugeot, Tahoe, and then we've got the Tahoe and the F100 for the dirt wet. And for hill climb gravel is the Peugeot, and then the Tahoe. Hill climb sand is the Tahoe, and then you've got the Hogar for crying out loud. And then hill climb snow, there was no data, unfortunately. So it was just a Holden Suburban. But I do think that hill climb snow probably gonna go to the Tahoe. Maybe. We don't know that because there's no data for it. Hill climb regular, the dry one, Dodge Dakota RT, followed by the Chevy 454. Then we talk about the drag meta. Drag meta has changed a little bit. You know, the Ford Mustang Boss 351 finally isn't an uncommon anymore, and rightly so. So that opens a new can of worms for a bunch of new cars to take the place. Quarter mile goes to the Mach 1, and the drag meta for the uncommons is going to take a little bit of work to memorize because everything is different. There's no one dominant dragster. Mach 1 is a quarter mile, GS 400 is a half mile, Aston Martin DB6 is the 1 mile, and then you've got the Mexico for the test bowl. So it's all different cars depending on the length. You got the 1 mile snow, which is the Suburban, followed by the 1 mile sand, which is the Buick GS. Honestly, if you want a safe bet for off-road drags, go for the Buick GS 400, which was one of the cars that I considered to be the thumbnail car for today's video, actually. 1 mile dirt, Buick GS. 1 mile gravel, Buick GS. Canyon Tour goes to the Geo Storm. Canyon Tour wet goes to the Hyundai Kona Electric. Ioniq 9 didn't win this one, surprisingly. Kona Electric was a little bit better. About time, because it's got a way lower 0 to 60. I thought it'd be winning a little bit more. Hairpin Road. Oh, look at that. Suzuki Cappuccino. Finally won something that got out of the NRA shadow. So congratulations. If you own a Cappuccino, you'll be great for the Hairpin Road. That's a pretty good one to win. It's a pretty common track set. Ocean Highway goes to the Geo Storm. I do think that the Cappuccino might be pretty decent on this, but I don't think the Cappuccino has been tested on this track set yet. Ocean Parking Lot, NRA. Speed Bump half kilometers, the GS 400 again. Car Park wet, Suzuki Kara. Karting wet is the Hyundai Ioniq 9. Tokyo Bridge wet is the Dino Spider. Tokyo G-Force wet, RX-7 still, but is underrepresented. I think the Ioniq 9 maybe will be better. Maybe the Kara, maybe even the CRX, the Honda CRX. But again, all those cars are not tested yet. So far, RX-7 is still the best. Mountain Tour wet goes to the Chevy Nova SS350. Mountain Soar goes to the Mustang Mach 1, so this is the best car for the quarter mile, as well as the Mountain Soar at 332, so things to remember if you can. Forest Road Snow is the Fiat, followed by the Peugeot. Slalom Sand is the Citroen Mahari, yeah, that's one thing for you to remember too, beats the Peugeot. G-Force Sand is the Fiat, followed by the Peugeot again. Twisty Road Sand is the Peugeot P4. What I'm going to tell you is that when it comes to the off-road meta for uncommons, it's going to be a hell to remember. Fiat, Peugeot, Nissan Patrol, Mahari was in there as well for the slalom stuff. It's gonna be a lot to remember. Cross Country Grass is the Land Rover Discovery 2, but this was a pretty underrepresented track set, so Nissan Patrol wasn't even in this. I feel like the Nissan Patrol would be the best. Then you got the half mile dirt, which is wet. You got the Buick GS that's winning it at 323, surprisingly beats 332. Then you got the half mile drag in the snow, it's a Suburban. Half mile drag in the sand, it's the Oldsmobile. Half mile drag in dirt, that is gravel. Okay, not dirt, just half mile drag, that is gravel, there you go. GS 400 wins it at drag spec. Dockyard Circuit goes to the BMW Z1. Mountain Slalom goes to the Roadster again, and that's about it. So 100 different track sets. What is there to remember well, these are the cars that you definitely want to get. So I would probably recommend getting a Mach 1 for the quarter mile, NRA for anything super twisty, Cappuccino for the hairpin road, Hyundai Ioniq 9 for the wet city streets, great one to use, Peugeot P4 for the off-road stuff, but you could also substitute that for the Fiat Ultra or whatever it's called. Nissan Patrol for all the all-service tire stuff. Citroen Aerodream for your hybrid faster tracks. It's like your North Loop. Buick GS for your off-road drags, as well as the half mile. Monaro for your fast circuit. CRX for kind of the things that the Hyundai Ioniq 9 doesn't win. And Cara for the super twisty wet stuff. So those are kind of my top picks for you guys to remember. If you want to just narrow it down to 12 uncommons that you've seen in this video, these would probably be the 12 that I select for you. But then again, the City Street's medium and City Street's small. Remember, the Honda CRX is pretty decent, as well as that Alpha as well. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. Remember to stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly, got it, jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly, got it, jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Sit back, relax in my Bonneville Pontiac. Hold tight all night, cruise